Hi everyone, I'm John Riley. For my SPED talk, I'm going to be giving you a brief introduction on how to get started with Socket.io, a library that makes it easy for you to utilize WebSockets in any web application, allowing for real-time updates. So I've already run npm install. So after you do that, we'll type npm start, and we can see that the app is listening at localhost 3000, so we'll go ahead and open that up. We can see it's serving a simple HTML page. In order to keep styling simple, I'm just going to bring in Bootstrap. So first we're going to start by adding Socket.io to the project. We'll do this by installing Socket.io via npm. We'll do npm install Socket.io. Next we can add Socket.io to our server file by adding a couple more requires at the top. So we'll go here and we'll first create an instance of HTTP, and then below that we're going to create an instance of IO. So then just below our app.get, we're going to listen on the connection event and just do a console log. So then at the bottom we also need to change our app.listen to http.listen, since our IO instance is dependent upon the HTTP object. So now in order for our client to be able to listen to and respond to events, our server is going to serve a JS file which exposes a global instance of IO for the client. And we can access it by including the following in our HTML page just above the closing body tag. So now that we have that in there, let's start adding some event listeners on the server side. So we've already got a connection event listener. Let's go ahead and add an event listener for disconnect as well. So we'll do that inside our io.on connection. Now if we save that and restart the server, we can check it by refreshing the page. You can see a user connected. If we close this, we can see a user disconnected. So it's working as expected. So now let's try adding another event listener called message, which will receive a string along with it, and then we'll want to send that message to the rest of the users currently connected. So above our socket.on disconnect, and then we'll use socket.broadcast.emit. So this will send the message to all of the users except for the user who sent the message. So now on the client side code, we're going to add some handling for emitting and listening to the message event. Now before we do that, let's add some simple HTML and CSS to get the page ready. So we'll just paste in some styling. I missed the opening tag. And then we'll paste in some HTML as well. Here we go. If we save that and then refresh. So next, in the script tag, we're going to add some handlers for the messages. So first we'll add handling for the form submission. So now inside this handler, we'll want to emit the message the user has typed, but only if there's content. Will it emit? We'll say socket.emit message, the message event, and the message text. So we'll also want to append the new message to our message box. We're going to create a new element, create a new alert, and then append that to our message box. Let's go ahead and test that logic real quick. So we type in message hi. So now it's working. So now let's go back to the server side and make sure it's getting our message by doing console log inside our message event listener. Now we'll restart the server, refresh the page. If we send a message, hi, we can see our server received our message. So let's go back to the HTML page and add some logic for handling the receiving of a message. And we'll do this by using socket.on and specifying the event name and a handler function. We'll say socket.on message event. We'll leave that blank just for a second. And so since the only thing we need to do when we receive a message is render it, we're going to go ahead and refactor this code up here into its own function called render message, which will take in a string. And now we can just pass it render message, and in here in this if statement we'll also call render message. So now if we open up another browser window and send a message, so we'll just pull this apart a second just so we can see hello. We can see our other client received the message as well. so now it's working as expected. I hope you enjoyed my quick introduction to Socket.io. If you want to learn more, go ahead and check out the website socket.io. Thanks for watching.